Now allow me to move to the next part of the question, which is on CVP. CVP. Let's move to the next part of the question. Part C of the question reads, Tinga Limited manufactures and sells a single product named T140. The following information relates to the product. Selling price per unit is 180. Variable cost per unit is 80 shillings. Fixed cost per annum 5 million. Required Roman 1, break-even point in shillings and in units for marks. Roman 2, the total number of units, the number of units to be produced to earn a profit of 1.2 million. That is the question. We need to calculate, first of all, the break-even point in units, then the break-even point in shillings. So this is part C. We are to calculate the break-even point in units. To calculate the break-even point in units, we know the formula is fixed cost over contribution margin. Just fixed cost over contribution margin. So what is the fixed cost in this question? 5 million. The fixed cost here is 5 million shillings. What is the contribution margin? We know the contribution is equal to selling price minus variable cost. Contribution margin is equal to selling price minus variable cost. The selling price here is 180. The variable cost from the question is 80. So that will give us the break-even point in units. This will be equal to 5 million divide 180 minus 80 is just 100. It's just 100. This is equal to 50,000 units. Now this is the break-even point in units. That means that if the company is to produce 50,000 units, the company will not make any profit, because at break-even point, profit is equal to 0, which means that the total cost equal the total revenue. At break-even point, total revenue is equal to total cost, and we know profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. So total profit is equal to revenue minus the cost, which will be equal to 0. If the company produces 50,000 units, there is no profit at this point. This is the break-even point. The first shilling of profit will be made after the 50,000th unit. That will be 50,001 units. So that's the break-even point in units. Then to calculate the break-even point in shillings, break-even point shillings, that will be equal to the fixed cost over contribution margin ratio. Contribution margin ratio. So we are going to have it at 5 million minus the contribution margin ratio. How do you calculate the contribution margin ratio? Contribution margin ratio is equal to the selling price minus variable cost. That gives us the contribution. Then we divide by the selling price. So this will be equal to 180 minus 80 over 180. So that will be the contribution margin ratio. So 180 minus 80 is equal to 100. 100 divided by 180. This is equal to, the contribution is 0.55555. So we divide the 5 million This gives me 0.55555. So I'm going to divide the 5 million by that ratio. 5 million divide 0.55555. So roughly I'm getting 9 million. When I round off in shillings, this will be 9. That is the contribution margin. I mean the break-even point in shillings. The break-even point in shillings is equal to 9 million shillings. So that is how candidates will calculate the break-even point in shillings and in units. Then the second part of the question reads, look at the question. The number, this is Roman 1, C1, C2, we are to calculate the number of units to be produced to earn a profit of 1.2 million. Number of units to earn a profit of shillings 1.2 million. Now this will be determined, the formula to the number of units. You have to calculate the number of units to earn a profit of 1.2 million. This will be equal to the fixed cost. You remember the formula we gave in our class. This will be equal to the fixed cost plus the target profit. We get the fixed cost plus the target profit. Then we divide by the contribution. We divide by the contribution margin. We divide by the contribution margin. So we know the fixed cost is 5 million. We know the target profit is 1.2 million. This 1.2 million, 1.2 million. We know the contribution margin. Of course, it's supposed to be units. The contribution margin, we had calculated it. Contribution margin is 100. This is the contribution margin, 180 minus 80, which is equal to 1. So this will be equal to 5 million plus 1.2 million, that's 6.2 million. That will be equal to 6.2 million. 6.2 million divided by 100. This is 62,000 units. 62,000. So if the company intends to earn a profit of 1.2 million, then the company must produce 62,000 units. And you can see 62,000 units is greater than the 5,000 units at break-even point. So profit is made after 1,000 units. At 50,000 units, there is no profit. If the company is to make a profit of 1.2 million, then the company has to produce 62,000 units. That is the meaning. So it's possible to calculate the number of units at a given target profit. So that's it, candidates, for today's lesson. We've answered the question that was tested in August 2024, question 3. On our website, we have provided more questions. Our intention is to answer all questions that have been tested before. If you go to our website, you'll find all these questions I've answered, and we subsequently revise our content to ensure that we capture all present sittings. If you have any questions, please feel free. You can get us directly. We have our numbers online. If you have questions, if you need special attention, please call us, and we are ready to help you pass your exams and to gather knowledge that will be useful as you build your career. Bye-bye.